Hi, my name is Jacob Gambino, and today I'll be giving my presentation for the honors program Checkpoint. Today I'll be focusing on the creativity pillar of the honors program, talking about how I helped create and co-produce my first Christian contemporary album. So the album I created is called Songs of Healing and Praise, and it's a collaboration that I worked on with a few of my friends from my local parish and some people in the choir there. So the first part of creativity pillar is the idea generation aspect, and it's ask sophisticated open-ended questions about other problems or approaches and strategically selects and effectively employs idea generation strategies that leads to original ideas. So within the creation of the album, the main part of the idea generation is creating the songs and creating the music. So that includes harmonization, lyrics, interpretation, blend, and instrumentation. These are all very important aspects, and they're very time-consuming aspects that you have to perfect in order to create a good album and a good product. And I think that we excelled in this, and that the album is a great example of great idea generation. The design and refinement pillar identifies specific obstacles, collects targeted feedback from multiple audiences on multiple aspects of an idea, reflects on work, and perseveres when encountering barriers throughout the process to improve the final product. So step one of this process of design and refinement for an album is whenever we are rehearsing, we analyze and try to find the inconsistencies and the flaws with our lyrics and rhythm and musicality. And with the rehearsals, we compare notes and we ask others' opinions and then refine our product based on that. So that brings us to step two, which is the implementation of changes and refinements from practice sessions. So like I said, we modify our sheet music, we consider new harmonies and new musicality parts and instrumentations. And then step three is taking those changes and implementing it into the final product so we are prepared and ready for studio time so we can be as efficient as possible. This is a very large part of creating an album because you cannot go into the studio being anything but perfectly prepared because you're wasting time and your money and the time of your producer. So this is a very important integral step of the process, and we did very well at this. The next pillar is exploration and risk-taking. This is defined as seeking out new and contradictory ideas, unanswered questions, and complex situations or solutions to propose plausible ideas that challenge existing limits. So exploration, risk-taking. If you want to create your own personalized and creative and unique piece of music, you need to take risks. So I broke this down into three sections. So practice, studio time, and mixing and mastering. So during practice, the risk-taking is we are trying complex and intricate harmonies and voicings. We are doing our best to create an intricate yet approachable album that is enjoyable to all listeners, and tastefully integrate style and innovation. This is a very important part. Since it's a Christian contemporary album, you have to keep it within the boundaries of the faith, and you have to make sure that what changes you are making are appropriate to the song and appropriate to the words that come from the Bible. So you have to be very conscious of that. But also, if you want to create an interesting and engaging piece of music, you have to take some risks and you have to step out of the box a little bit. The next factor is studio time. So in studio time, we are improvising unplanned sounds and melodies. So that is experimenting with things we come up with on the spot and taking those ideas and running with them and seeing where they get us and creating new harmonies and vocal arrangements. So this is a very important part of studio time because you can never perfectly think of everything you might want to do with the music, because once you get into the studio, you might be inspired by something else. So improvising and knowing how to make changes on the spot during studio time is a great risk, but it is 100% worth it. The next step is mixing and mastering, and this is a very important step of the album making process. So this is the process of editing and arranging our musical tracks that we record. So through this, we try to create an artistic identity and try to optimize our tracks and experiment with sounds and some little edits that we can make, turning up this vocal or turning down this instrument, etc. So through that, it really, the songs become an album through the mixing and mastering step. The next final pillar is creative production. So in this, it's defined as improves product beyond the original plan to produce a novel solution with authenticity, originality, and inventiveness. So I broke this down into two categories. First was dedication. So this process is a long and tiring process. So the week of studio time was about a 40-hour work week, the equivalent during the summer. And before that, we had hours and hours of practice sessions and rehearsals to really make sure that our product was as good as possible and we were using our time as efficiently as possible. So that is an extremely important part of the process. And we have previously done some EPs and albums, and we've learned from those experiences that being prepared is truly one of the most important aspects of the process. Next, I have innovation. Not afraid to make changes and improvise, unique style and production process in the studio and during mixing and mastering of raw vocals. So the exploration and, like in the previous pillar, the risk taking, right? We try to creatively produce a unique product that hasn't been done before. And through this, we try to improve the product beyond what we originally had in plans for the music. We try to even further improve our outcome in the studio as much as possible. So that studio time and that mixing and mastering is all about perfecting what was already perfect. So you try to make things better, because nothing is ever as good as it can be. So that is the process of that. Thank you. I hope this showed the merit of my presentation and my project. Thank you.